so fucking beautiful out today. That fucking tree, that beautiful blue sky. You smell that? Smells like I don't give a fuck. I only have so many buckets of fucks to give. I can't just be giving out these fucks. Listen, I know it sounds a little harsh to say I don't give a fuck. But here's the thing, we live in a world where we act like we don't give a fuck, but we care so much about what people think of us. Let's be honest, as we go through today's video, you're gonna get a groundbreaking activation and awakening and understanding that why you only have so many buckets of fucks to give, and why is it that you should stop worrying and caring about what people think of you, because at the end of the day, there's a reason why God made you. Luscious breeze. Yes. Oh yeah. What is going on, you beautiful beings? Welcome back on another episode of Embracing the Ascension series with your homegirl Brittany Fontanez. I am an intuitive shaman, healer, and reader. On this channel I speak about spirituality with compassion. Oh yeah. Give me that breeze. Emotional awareness with love. I do guided readings for each zodiac sign, and I talk about things I feel need to be talked about because our divine right to know more than what we have been told. Well, told, you know what I mean. You know, I feel this is important to talk about, especially what's going on in the world today. A lot of people still make suffering an option, even though it is optional, the same way happiness is an option. It's just that we still choose suffering, and the number one thing that leads to suffering is what we think people think of us. Why we give so many fucks? Why we start fucks? You know, listen, I want to first get to the understanding of there's a difference between not giving in a fuck, not giving in a fuck, not caring in a way where you're kind about it, but other demeanors that people are really defensive about it, really what's that word vindictive about it, very, I don't want to say the word evil, demented, that's the word, demented about it. See, I used to live in my ego boo, especially when I even had my spiritual awakening. I was all up in that spiritual ego, man, because there is a such thing as a spiritual ego. Oh yeah, there is. And I'll actually put a link up there to watch that video about the spiritual ego that I've done not too long ago. But you know, in the demented way, we walk around like we don't give a shit. In reality, we really do. But in a way where we think everything outside of us doesn't matter, but the only thing that matters is how we think and what we perceive. And that is an indication of how much we have given up on life. We walk around like our feelings don't matter, like no one else's feelings matter. This is why we brush things under the rug. This is why we don't care about what other people have to say, or even care to listen to other people. And in that demeanor and in that way, we really just say to the universe and life, I just don't care, I give up. And this is why we always have a pity party. A pity party. And sometimes we need those pity parties. But here's the thing, if we're always having a fucking pity party and not appreciating life, then we're really telling ourselves that we just don't simply care to fight for ourselves, to fight for life, to fight for our happiness. So that is the one way where people in the world nowadays are really embodying the essence of they don't care. And that right there is just a clear indication of judgment. Judgment is just, it's a clear indication of you just really don't give a shit. Now, what I'm talking about though, I used to be that way. I'm gonna say that. I used to be that way. I used to judge. I used to make fun of. I used to really just not care. I was mean with my words. But here's where I want to get into what we're going to be talking about today. How to stop giving a fuck. Stop caring about what people think about you. But do it in a very kind manner. Is you got to understand that, you know, especially in the world today, you know, people want to give the jab. people are losing family members and that they're rushing to go get the jab because they think their family is going to disown them if they don't do it. You know, it's like, if you don't go by what the government says, we can't be friends, we can't be lovers, we can't be this, we can't do that. Listen, I'm here to tell you something. The reason why God made everything the way that it is because variety was needed. I read a quote this morning before I started this video. What happens if the bumblebee tries to be like the lion and try to survive like the lion? What happens if the fish tries to be like the lion and try to survive like it? It won't be in this natural atmosphere. So therefore, it can't be the diversity that it's meant to be. We're meant to be different. We're meant to have our own way of being and thinking and believing. We're meant to be ourselves authentically, you know what I mean, authentically. My cat is crying. Meow, meow, come here. Oh, there he is. He's watching me. He's such a cutie. But authentically, we're meant to be ourselves. You know, it took me a long time to embody this AwakenOne. It took me a long time to embody this understanding because I used to care what people think. I used to be the nice person. I always used to try to keep the peace, and then all of a sudden I'll create an internal storm inside of me because I was never honest. I was never me. I was never real. I was never open. And I will always just feel so guilty of not doing what other people thought. And guess what happened? I was still called a narcissist. And little did I know, people who called me a narcissist, well, I didn't give them what they wanted because I knew my boundaries. I knew what was needed for me because I have the right to have a personal choice. And that's why I want to share it to you. You have only so much bucket of fucks to give. So you have the right to make personal choices. You have the right to believe in what you believe in, especially nowadays. I want you to understand, we're being tested so deeply. We're being tested on our faith. We're being tested not to abandon ourselves when we live in a world that taught us to abandon self. I'm here to share with you, do not to give up on yourself. Do not to give up on the vision God has given you. Do not give up on the essence that God made you to be. Because at the end of the day, if people are telling you to choose them over you, that's a clear indication where your faith is being tested. Where you really have to see and set that boundary and personally say, no thank you, I love you unconditionally, but no thank you. There is a difference between being nice and being kind. Being nice is abandoning self for other and for things. Being kind is being honest and saying, you know what, I have a personal decision, I respect your decision, but I'm going to go with what's best for me. Like, for example, you know, I always used to be that nice person when people wanted to talk to me, and I just got this energy where I didn't want to talk to them, but I felt like I had to force myself to do it because I was the nice guy. I was the nice person. And then all of a sudden, when they walked away, I was like, fuck. I started resenting them, and I started resenting myself. I'm like, damn it, I just wasted my goddamn time. And then, and then all of a sudden, I started to realize, listen, Brittany, I don't need to care if I don't want to. It's not being rude. It's not being an asshole. It's just having a personal fucking decision and a boundary. And a lot of people will not like you choosing self. Oh, no, they won't. But that's where you got to understand. You are you for a reason. God made you as you for a reason. Do not abandon yourself. So when I started to realize this, and when people do come to talk to me, I will be honest with them. I won't be rude. I'll be honest to say, listen, you know, I'm just not in the mood to talk. I'm just not in the mood to do this. I'm not in the mood to entertain you. I'm just not in the mood. It's a personal decision, you know. I just hope you understand. Well, most people didn't understand. They'll call me a narcissist. They didn't like my decision. They didn't like it. They didn't like my boundaries. That's a clear indication. Those people are not meant to be in your life. This is why you have to be authentic. This is why you have to show up for yourself. This is why you have to choose you. This is why you have to choose your happiness. Because at the end of the day, your happiness, your authenticity, your truth is going to show you what is best for you in your heart. What is best for you to choose from the outside that is going to benefit the inside. It's very important to realize this. And there's another thing I want to get in depth to, because a lot of people have troubles with this. Let's get deep. Okay. Listen, We all have parents. Hello. This is why we all exist. We all have parents. We have a mom and we have a dad. You know? I want to share something with you. That I understand the love that you have to have for your parents. I get it. They cleaned your ass. They fed you. They put a roof over your head. And some parents didn't. You know what I mean? But for those that you still choose to keep your parents in your life, I want you to understand, you don't need to fucking go by what your parents tell you. You don't. You fucking don't. And I say this with so much love because I have respect for parents. I have respect for them, even if they don't have respect for their children. And the reason why I say this is because what your parents think is not what's best for you. It's what's best for them. What your parents think for you is what they think for themselves. And your parents' shit is their shit, not your shit. And here's the last thing I'm going to share with you. At the end of the day, God used your parents to make you. Your parents didn't make you. Your parents are... We are all gods, don't get me wrong. We are all divine beings. Hey, you chose to go in there. I don't know what you look for. But we're all divine beings. Yo. We are all divine. Let's just let nature talk. We are all divine beings. We are all gods in ourselves. But the thing is, we have to remember that we are not the God. We are not the power of the source that created this life and that given us this life. Our parents did not think about what's our eye color going to be. Our parents did not think about how our face was going to be formed. They didn't know how our style was going to be, how our hair was going to look. They didn't know this. Only God did. So God had to use them to make you. Stop thinking that you need to go by what your parents tell you. 11:11 as I say this. Because they don't know what's best for you. Only you do. But you have to discover that. We have to stop being codependent on the opinions of other people. Because we live in a world where we're taught to abandon selves, and judgment is the way that people go because they think it feels better to judge people to validate that they're in a better place. No, that's not the way it works. So I'm here to share with you the way to stop giving a fuck and to be very, discerning about your fucks in your bucket, or to stop just simply caring what other people think, is by realizing that you are you and God made you because you are meant to bring something unique to this world that only you can fulfill, only you can express, only you can be. So if you are being tested right now and believing in other people and doing what other people are saying and thinking that is best for you, at the end of the day, ask yourself this. Does it fulfill you? Does it make you happy? Does it feel right to your heart? Is your intuition signaling to you, do it? Or is it telling you, you know what's best for you? You know what we should do. Here's a beautiful thing. I love this fucking saying. The devil is confusion and God is clarity. Oh, I'm going to say that again. The devil is confusion and God is clarity. You know what that means? Is that your intuition always knows what's best. Your self always knows what's best. Your higher self always knows what's best. You know why? Because when you choose you, it chooses you. But when you choose it, ooh, boo-boo. You will never be shaken by other people's judgments. You will never be shaken by other people's opinions. You will never be shaken and rocked by what other people think, because at the end of the day, you know you have the right to think for you, to feel for you, to do for you, and to be you. You get what I'm saying? So the way to stop caring what people think about you is to love yourself, is to choose what you want to feel every day. What do you want to feel every day? This morning, what? I chose to feel happiness. I chose to feel love. Am I in the place where I want to be in my life? No. But do I know it's coming? Yes. Do I know I have the power to transmute this negativity and alchemize? Yes. Do I know I have the power to be the alchemist of my life and know that I can create my reality because I am confident in my ability to create with the universe and with God? Yes. You know why? Because I believe in myself. I believe in my power. I believe in what I create, and I believe I can be the inspiration. It doesn't matter what my family thinks of me. I learned how not to care anymore about that because they don't even know what's best for them. Why would we care what other people think of us when they don't even know what is best for them? And they don't even care what is best for them. So you might as well choose you. You might as well love you. You might as well do you, boo-boo. That's the whole point. God wants you to be happy. The whole point of this life is to be happy. The whole point of this life is to choose what is best for you and to choose what your heart is calling to you every single day. Every single day, I purposely tell myself, I'm going to smile today. I mean, look at this smile. Oh, look at this smile. They can't take that shit from me. This is why I live by that quote to the day that God takes me back. And the quote is, I'm not happy because life is good. I'm happy because I see the good in everything of life. I'm happy because I see the good in my boundaries. I'm happy because I see the good in people who judge me. I'm happy because I see the goodness in life, that this moment right here, even though I'm not truly, fully happy in it, I know there's going to be better days. I know I can be better. I know there is more. I know and believe in the potentiality of what God has for me. So the way to stop caring about what other people think about you is to start caring, what do you think about you? Oh, the way to stop caring what people think about you is to start caring about what you think of you. Can I get an amen? Amen. Amen. All right, beautiful beings. That's all I wanted to share with you guys today, because this is so vital that we imprint this into our truth, into our being, because this is our power. Our power is our truth. Our power is choosing self. Our power is knowing our power, discovering that. The whole reason why we come onto this planet is to remember our power and to imprint that, because the ones who try to implement fear, the reason why they implement fear is because they fear us knowing our power. So why don't you be the power to make them fearful? Other than that, beautiful beings, I love you guys so much. And I just want to let you guys know, if you want any of my merch, AwakenOne's merch, very excited about letting this out, and also about knowing Awaken Prophecy Healing Course. And also, if you want to book your own personal reading or healing session, all of that information down in the description box below. And you can find all that information and get a preview of the Awaken Prophecy Healing Course, that it is here to inspire you and also awaken and honestly assist you on your spiritual and ascension healing journey. So other than that, beautiful beings, I love you, AwakenOne, so much. Please choose yourself. Stop abandoning yourself. Go get some vitamin D. Get that sunlight. Stop doing what other people are doing, and realize that you are not another number. You are not a robot. You are not worthless. You are not a nobody. You are someone. What you do matters. You matter. You are a universal piece. You are a piece of this universal puzzle. So let that be known. Let the universe know you exist. Set the intention that everything you do has meaning, because you know you are a miracle and a blessing to this world, because your happiness, your vibration, your joy is what's going to raise the vibration of the collective. And that is the whole point, is to know that you're here for a fucking purpose. Other than that, you beautiful beings, I love you. I'll see you on the next one, and only love.